Okay, so literally just got home, right? Take my hat off. And I got a call from my daughter's daddy. She been over there at his house for like a week now. And he been trying to like get me to let him step up in a way where she living with him full time, right? And up until recently, I'll say the past year and a half, me and my daughter's daddy have not got along. Like, it's been a very, very toxic, hostile relationship between us since, if y'all follow my YouTube channel, the reason we broke up. That was on me. Since then, understandably, he looked at me a certain way. And I accepted that for a long time because I fucked up. But after a while, it got to a point where it was just tit for tat. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between me and him because we was both hurt. We was both in pain from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, he inflicted pain on me before I did what I did, and then I inflicted pain on him, and we was both in pain because we both had the same ideology as far as a family unit. Neither one of us wanted it to be baby mama, baby daddy. That's why we clicked. That's why we meshed. That's why we was having unprotected sex, because we thought that no matter what, we wasn't going to let that happen. But when you, in theory, it sounds sweet, but going through the pain and not being fully developed, because we was 19, 20 years old, you know what I'm saying, when this shit was popping off, when everything was going down. So we wasn't developed. We was kids. But being kids, not having no wisdom, no knowledge, no life experience, and experiencing that pain, we would have never made it, and we didn't make it. But everything happened for a reason. My point is, we spent so many years in this toxic relationship hating each other because we really in pain and don't have no closure. And I come to realize that's what a lot of the situations is with these baby mama, baby daddies. And I hate using that because that's some ratchet shit. Like, that's why I call him my daughter daddy, because he wasn't my baby daddy. In my mind, when you refer to each other as baby mama, baby daddy, it's y'all playing that game where y'all fucking on each other just because y'all got a kid. Like, oh, that's my baby daddy. I ain't going nowhere. Bitch, I'm gonna always be in his life. We gonna always fuck. We gonna on, or your baby daddy. Like, that's my pussy. That's my baby mama. She had my kids. That's mine forever, no matter who she with. That's baby mama, baby daddy dynamic. We ain't had that. Neither one of us was on that shit. It was like, listen, we either together or we not. Ain't no in between because we got a kid. So, for years, I'm getting to the point, y'all. Y'all know I like details. So for years, we were very hostile, indignant, ignorant. I can't even think of no other words to describe it. We was just very hateful towards each other, and we tried to hurt each other every time we came in contact with each other or saw each other. You know. And these past 2 years, I'm gonna give it 2 years. This past year and a half, um, yeah, we've been working on it. More so me swallowing my pride and not only apologizing for the pain I inflicted on him, but making sure he understood that I'm taking full responsibility for my part, and I need him to do the same. And once we broke that barrier and, apologized for inflicting the initial pain, we kind of, through talking, we figured out the disconnect, the miscommunication we was having. Like, I was thinking, because he would, if I would say, yo, first of all, let's start here. I don't ask him for shit. I feel like he should already, well, this is what I was feeling like, you her daddy, you should already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, she grows. Certain things, certain necessities are recurring. You don't just buy it one time and that's it. You got to keep buying it. It's recurring. It's a recurring bill. Like undergarments, panties. She grows. She gonna need a new size panty every time she grows. Bras or shoes, school clothes, school supplies, shit that keeps recurring. You know what I mean? So I felt like he should just automatically be throwing in because I ain't got him on child support, never have. Because I don't, even before I was conscious, I hated dealing with white people. I hated dealing with the court system because they want too much information. So I never went through with it. But while I tried to go through with it and I had a bad experience, and from that I was like, nope, never. Fuck the child support. Y'all can keep that little 17%. You feel me? So he ain't never been on child support. I feel like he should just do what he's supposed to do automatically. That's what I was thinking. But through talking to him in this past year, as we've matured and just tried to get some closure with each other so we can co-parent in a, I wouldn't even say we friends, but we not only are we hella cordial, we considerate of each other's schedules, feelings, personal lives, contributions. You know what I'm saying? We acknowledge each other more in a more respectful way. Like, I see you doing your part as her dad, and I'm proud of you. I see you doing your part as her mom, and I'm proud of you. That's more our dynamic now. We can talk. Like, he just called me, and she been over there for a week because of the situation with my power. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you missing all this info. You missing all this game. You hear me? Catch you some. But so while I'm going through the process of appealing my application denial with We Energies, I'm appealing it with the city commissioner. I submitted that on Friday. Today is Thursday. I'm trying to get back in touch with them because I missed their call last night. Been calling her all day. I ain't heard back, but this is what I've been going through. Why I'm to the point of having to go through the city commissioner, because this is how We Energies been fucking with me. But anyways, my whole point in coming on today is to say to all y'all who angry with your baby daddy, to all y'all who got these toxic relationships with your children's parents, other parent, baby mama, baby daddy shit. If y'all sit down and get an understanding and break down where the disconnect is in y'all communication, shit gonna go so much smoother. I ain't never, since we was dating and living together, my baby was 4 or 5 months when we was living together, and then we, I moved out and it was a wrap. But since then, we ain't had no civil conversation to the point where he called, I answer, we talk, and we laugh, crack a joke, we get shit accomplished. It always end in toxicity. That's usually how it goes. But since we been getting better, and I let go of so much hurt, and clearly he did too, or else we wouldn't be to this point. But since we let go of so much of the hurt and we finally got closure, that's the key point. Closure. It's just like ending a relationship. You need closure. Somebody died. You need closure. You need closure with anything that ends when you didn't anticipate it to. And the way we got closure, like I said, was we sat down and we talked about it. Like, when I would ask him for something, because I never asked for nothing, and I didn't have on child support, I felt like it should be a given. Like, you shouldn't question me, you should just do it, because I don't come to you for shit. I handles it. You know what I'm saying? And you get to come in with the fun shit. So if I ask for a necessity, I shouldn't have no smoke. That's how I was feeling. But he would always be like, okay, but I need to see the paper that say it costs this much. If I say I need $50 for a school fee, he want to see the paper from the school that say the fee is $50. If I say well, she needs some school supplies, he want to see the list, or he want to get the list and go get it himself. Or if he give me the money, he want a receipt proving that I spent the money on what he gave it to me for. And I took that as a form of disrespect for years. Like, I would shit on him hard, to his face, to anybody who will listen, to anybody that will relay the message. Like, you's a bitch ass nigga, you's a bum ass nigga. Don't be doing me like I'm just gonna take your money and spend it on myself, because you know what it is when it comes to my baby. You know how I'm not finna have her out here. You know this. So I took that personal. I took his personality personally. And through us healing and, trying to be better with each other for her, we came to the realization that, and I had to accept this. This is another thing. If you can't accept your own flaws and be willing to work on it, you ain't gonna never grow as a person, let alone as a woman. And I had to realize, not only realize and accept, because I was saying it to him in the middle of us talking, and I'm like, why we can't just get along? What's the problem? And he was like, well, what's your problem with me? And I ended up saying that, like, for whatever reason, you think I'm this money hungry, ratchet ass bitch who just wants you who just want the money, and I'm gonna take it and spend it on me instead of the baby. He like, I never thought that. Why would you think I think that? And I'm like, because every time I ask you for something, you talking about show me a receipt, show me some proof. For what? I never asked you for nothing. He was like, but we said that at the same time. When I said I never asked you for nothing, he was like, Brittany, you never asked me for nothing, so why would I think that you asking for this money for yourself? I never thought that. That's how I am. I'm a person who go off facts. I'm a document type of person. I need documentation to feel comfortable. He was like, but it's not just you. I do that with my mama, my sister, my girl, and I had to think about it like, damn, he is like that with his mama, his sister, I don't know about his girl for sure, but when I was his girl, he was like that. He is like that. That's just him. I'm taking it personal. He said you be taking it personal, but I treat everybody like that. And I was like, it hit me here. I said, you know what? You absolutely right. I do be taking that personal, but that is how you are. You've always been like that since I met you when he was 19, 18, 19, and I was 17 going on 18. He's always been like that. So I realized that, like, damn. And then once that clicked, I started thinking about all the other aspects of his personality that I don't agree with, but it's still him and I have to respect that. And I realized I was taking shit personally. That's just the type of man he is. That's the type of man he was when I was liking him. It's the type of man he was when I loved him. It's the type of man he was when I was fucking him raw. It's the type of man he was when we was planning on getting married because I was pregnant. Before I was pregnant, because I was pregnant, and then after. That's the type of man he is. I can't take it personal. Just because other niggas do that shit to women on some other shit. Trying to take jabs. That's not him though. He's always been that type of person. Like, show me the proof. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear shit, show me. He's always been like that. So that was one thing. And once that clicked, I realized that all these years, my baby's 10. For 9 years, we've been in this toxic relationship, disrespecting each other, arguing, just all around miserable within our dynamic. And it didn't have to be like that. So if I can save anybody by telling y'all this, my day is made. All I'm saying, instead of hating that man, instead of hating that woman, try to understand where they coming from. First of all, if y'all not together and y'all got kids, it's either one or two reasons. Either A, y'all was together and something happened so severe that it tore y'all apart. Like somebody cheated, or somebody burned somebody, or somebody, I already said cheated. I don't know, whatever. Had an outside kid. It's something severe enough to be like, I can't stay with you even though we got this kid. Either that, or y'all was fucking around and was never really nothing. It was always just sex, and it was a slip up and somebody, motherfucker got pregnant. Them the only two reasons that you would end up with a baby daddy instead of a cohesive family unit. So, depending on the situation, the first step in repairing that is closure. you have to get closure and understand why it ended. And then after you get that closure and understand why it ended and accept it, you gotta work through the pain. I'm not saying suppress it or bury it. I'm saying figure out why it's so painful for you and what you can do to make that pain stop. For me, it was painful because I never wanted to be a statistic. I never wanted to be another single black mother, another baby mama. I didn't want my daughter to grow up another black girl without her daddy. So that put a lot of pain on me, and I was putting that pain on him. Like it's your fault. That's how I was feeling towards him. Like nigga, you cheated on me, I cheated on you. Mine just got fucked up. Why we can't just work through this? But in retrospect means to look back on. In retrospect, I realized A, everything happened for a reason. B, we were never compatible. We were never meant to be together. We were never going to work. Even if that wouldn't have went down the way it did, we would have ended up married and in this miserable union, staying together just for the kid because we're not the same type of people. You know, what he need in a woman, I'm not. What I need in a man, he's not. So I accepted that. This is all the things I accepted within this last year that got me to a point where me and my daughter's daddy can be friends. This conversation we just had, he just called me because we discussing, contemplating, thinking about her moving with him for this school year. Now, he want to do it. I wouldn't mind letting it happen because I need a break to be able to transition from worker bee to boss. And I don't have no support system. Like, my mama, I couldn't depend on her to help me with my baby, you know? Because she helped my other sister with her two kids. And I don't know, me and my mama just never had that relationship. My support system would have been my granny, the one who raised me that I refer to as my mom. But, she gone. If she was here, then it would be different. I wouldn't need her to go with him. I can do what I need to do, and she'll be straight with my granny. But since she's not here, her dad is like my only option, and I never want to just abandon my baby, and not abandon in the sense of up and leave and never see her again, but I never want to just pawn her off like, oh, well, this week you're going to go over to Auntie Vonnie's house. Next week you're going to go over to Big Daddy. That's my daddy. She call him Big Daddy instead of Granddaddy. Like, next week you're going to go to Big Daddy house, and then the next week to your daddy house, and then the next week to TT Brianna, and then the next week to, you know what I'm saying? I want her to be stable. I want her to be in a stable environment, and right now her dad's environment is much more stable than mine because of the L I just took coming out of this most recent relationship. Feel me? We were stable for like a year, and it would have continued. The stability would have continued, and it would have just been upward mobility from here if I wouldn't have had to start over because of the L I just caught. So I'm down for her staying with him for a year. He down with it. My baby is don't know. She's not 100% like, yeah, I want to stay with my dad. She like, let me think about it. I'm like, okay, we'll think about it. So anyways, he just called me, and he was basically like asking me what she need for school, like the supply list. Is it regular clothes, uniform, because she going to a new school. And we was just talking about it, giving him the information, kind of outlining how we gonna split buying this shit. You know, he know I'm unemployed. He know that I'm on unemployment. He know that the job went under and I'm not working right now. Woody woody woo. So I had to plug it in. It was dying on me, y'all. So but the reason I'm going into the conversation is it was so dope because it was like we was friends. He was telling me how he hate buying solid color shoes because for a uniform school, you know, they shoes be solid colors like all white, all black, all navy blue. It can't be no mixed colors, no designs. Is he the one that buys her? If you ever seen my baby, if you know me, and you know, I'm buying my baby cute ass Walmart shoes, um, some cute ass shoes from the beauty supply store, some little cheap shit from Boston store, because she is rough on shoes, you hear me? But her daddy is into the name brand shoes, so he bought her two pair of forms, I don't know what they call, see, I don't even know what they are, but I guess they LeBron James shoes, I think. They kind of look like little foam. It is foams. So he bought her two pair of foams. He bought her a black pair and a pink pair. I didn't know what they was, but every time we go out, people compliment it like, "Oh, them shoes dope. That's them new forms. Them motherfuckers like $80. They like $100." I'm like, damn, straight up. I know that. Long story short, he was saying like, damn, I wanted to get her these one pair of Air Max, but they got too many colors. That's fucked up. I really hate buying plain colored shoes. And I was like, well, listen, if you want to buy her the dope shoes, I'll buy her the school shoes, because I know how you and her feel about y'all shoes. And, he was just laughing about it or whatever. And he was like, yeah, because them forms indestructible. I'm like, hell yeah. They done lasted for a whole year and a half. Like, you know how our baby is on shoes. And I love his girlfriend. I fucking love her. Like, they not married. They just boyfriend and girlfriend. But they've been together, shit, probably going on 3 years now. And I refer to her as my baby stepmama, because she got that much love for my daughter. You could tell. Well, I can. My gift and my curse from the Most High is reading energy. And anytime I'm around Shanice, that's his girlfriend, and her name Shanice. Anytime I'm around Shanice, I can feel the love in her energy for my child. I can't ask for nothing else. Shanice is dope. So, yeah. But anyways, that's all you gotta do. You gotta get closure. After you get your closure, you have to not only accept your part in it, but you have to acknowledge it out loud to the other person. So whether you the baby daddy or the baby mama, accept where you fucked up in the situation, acknowledge it to them, and then apologize. And it gotta be genuine. I was genuinely sorry for the bullshit I drug him through, because he is a good man and he is a good father to our child. He may not do it the way I think he should do it, but he does it the way he knows how, and he does it amazingly. He don't skip a beat. I done talked plenty of shit about him to plenty of people, but that was out of hurt for some personal shit, and I'm thinking it's because of the child. I'm telling myself that. So the more times the more times you speak a lie, the truer it becomes in your head. You feel me? So at the end of the day, once I accepted my part, acknowledged it, and apologized, he did the same, because it was sincere. So it was pretty much like apologizing to each other at the same time during that conversation. And the conversation only took an hour. We was standing in my doorway one day. He drops her off, and I just said something like, "Why we can't be cool? What's the problem? Tell me what it is that I need to do to make sure we can move forward cohesively." And I was telling him, because I want us all to be friends. I love Shanice. I would never do nothing to jeopardize that, because I have fucked up a couple of his relationships, but they was hoes. They was real life hoes. That wasn't really jealousy. One of them was, but it was only jealousy because it was the bitch that ended us. He ended up moving with her, trying to wife her, and I knew she was a hoe. Again, if you're not a subscriber, all this is in previous episodes. That was the only jealous one. The other one, I was just like, the fuck out of here. She weak. I'm finna manipulate the shit out of her and get her out the door. So I did, because I was mad. I was hurt. He was moving on. I wasn't. So, but anyways, I apologize for all the bullshit I did, and I just reassured him, like, I'm not on none of that. I want only the best for you, because the best for you means the best for her, and I will never try to do anything to disrespect or come between this relationship you got going now, because I love Shanice. She's a real fucking woman. She ain't never came at me sideways. She ain't never show no type of insecurity around me, like, oh, you his baby mom. No, it ain't never been none of that. You hear me? She ain't never jumped in the middle of our conversations. She ain't never text me, call me, like, why you on this? Why you texting him? Why you this? Why? She ain't never did none of that. When she see me, it's, hey, how you doing? She update me when she dropped my baby off on, what they did. So my point to y'all, my point and my message to y'all is sit down and seriously communicate without the emotion. Figure out why y'all can't communicate on a cohesive level. It's something. It's a root to every problem. It's always a root to the problem. A lot of the times the situation is one of y'all still want the other one. But just because you want something don't mean it's what's best for you or don't mean you need it. So ask yourself for real. I know this is my baby daddy and I know it's my baby daddy or my baby mama, and I'm sitting here constantly telling myself I want them, but why do I want them? And if you can answer that with a real answer, not just because we got a kid, because he's supposed to be here helping, because he don't do enough, because he with that bitch. If it's a real reason that you really want this person, then let them know. But you have to be sincere in that apology, and you have to be sincere in not only accepting but acknowledging where you went wrong. You have to. Can't nobody start over without wiping the slate clean. And you can't wipe the slate clean without acknowledgement, acceptance, and then apologizing. That's the facts, baby. That's facts of life. So all I'm saying, y'all, is stop putting all this energy into hating this person that you're going to have to co-parent with for the next, I'm going to say 25 to 30 years, because even after your baby's 18, they still need you. Some of them don't, a lot of them will. And y'all should be able to do that for them. They didn't ask to be here. The least y'all can do is be friends. You ain't even gotta be friends. The least y'all can do is be respectfully cordial. Not that fake shit. Real life respect. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Don't, man, stop putting all that energy into the bullshit. Put that energy into figuring it out, because in figuring out the miscommunication and turning a toxic situation into a productive one, you healing yourself. You self-healing. I feel so good because in the back of my mind, I don't have no hate in my heart for this man that I have to deal with until Lord knows when. Until one of the three of us is in the dirt. That's when. I'm gonna always have to deal with this man. And when I sat down and got real with myself and took responsibility for my part, it made it easier. And now I got so much respect for him. So much, because he's there. He's there in ways that I can't be. Period. So, try it, y'all. Replace that hate with love. And even if it can't be love, make it something like respect, admiration. You know what I'm saying? That negativity, it ain't worth it. Because we coming up in a time where you gonna need all the motherfucking bodies you can muster up. You gonna have to build a team. You gonna have to build an army. Because what's coming, this spiritual warfare that's going on now, is finna turn physical. And the shit that's coming, the only people that's gonna be able to help you get through it are people that you can trust with your life. Shit finna get real, y'all.